What's up, everybody? So this is the highly anticipated, long awaited 3 years later update on Super Ego. As you can tell by the title, I did include 2 more companies that I have worked for and am currently working for since I've left Super Ego. And we're gonna get into it. Super Ego, GT Express, and Road Legends. The truth shall set you free. And why I am no longer with Super Ego. And so we're gonna get into it. Roll this intro. So yeah, so those that follow me know, you know, and you have watched my last video that I did years ago. You know that I am gonna speak freely. I am going to not care about how long the video is, and like I said, it's gonna be very little editing. And because I want it to be my God honest truth, I am not a recruiter by any means. I can care less what company that you drive for and why you drive for them. I am just simply here giving my experience from these 3 companies and what happened with me. And everybody's experience is different. It is what you make of it. I mean, everybody's experience is different. I'm at a rest area now, so all these different trucking companies and all these different trucks, we all drive certain trucks, certain divisions, because we just all different. And you know, the industry is what it is now, but that's another story for another day. Not what I'm here for. But anyway, Super Ego, let me just jump right into that and what happened with them and why I left with them. While I was there, I think on the last video, I think I only been there a couple weeks or something like that. But while I was there, I think I went through 2 trucks. And so the first truck I was in, I loved it. It was a good truck, but something happened to it. I can't remember what. They were supposed to fix it. It didn't get fixed. So I made them stand on business. And that's what I mean by the first video is, you know, you take what you get, pretty much. You get what you take. That's the better way to say it. You get what you take. So if you let them give you crap, you know, if you take crap, you're gonna get crap, you know. And so I wasn't happy that the truck was down and this, that, and the other. So anyway, long story short, I talked them into giving me a brand new Peterbilt, $579. I think it's still on. It's still on some of my socials, my Instagram or my Facebook or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I had talked them into giving me a brand new Peterbilt, right? So I was in that truck for a while, and then the brand new truck, 0 miles. I took the wrapper off of everything in that truck, and the shifter had a short in it. Long story short, it broke down, and while I was down in the shop, sorry, my phone overheated. But while it was down in the shop, what happened? Oh, the shifter, it had a short in it, so every time it would shift gears or something like that, I don't know, it would derate or it would bog down, and it would just happen. It wouldn't accelerate, it is what I'm trying to say. And it would happen at the weirdest times. So anyway, it had a short in it. Truck went in the shop, and it was only supposed to be down for a couple weeks. So I didn't want to switch and go into a loaner, because at the time I was doing flatbed with Ego, one of the only few that was doing flatbed with Ego. You don't even see them out there today. They all doing dry van, thank God. But I was doing flatbed with them, and I talked them into letting me do flatbed. So I was doing flatbed with them, and I didn't want to switch all my equipment over, so I said I'll just wait for my truck to get done. It was in the truck shop for probably about 2-3 weeks, and then they came back and said that the part was on back order. And it ended up being on back order for about 3 months. Now, during this time, I wasn't driving. They had stopped charging me for the lease, of course. I made sure of that. So when I went back, I wasn't in the hole or nothing like that. And so after a couple weeks, I was like, you know what, let me just go and get in another truck and come back. So that's what I was going to do until I went to their drop yard in Bolingbrook, where I had my flatbed trailer parked, and somebody else stole all my equipment off my truck, off my trailer, my tarps, straps, and everything off my trailer I had parked at the trailer yard in Bolingbrook that they use. And so that pissed me off. Like, this is a secure yard, that's your yard, that's my trailer, it's supposed to be, and y'all let somebody steal. So I was like, F it, pretty much, and I didn't go back. So then I quit. And so that was the first reason, one of the first reasons why I quit, because the truck went down and my equipment got stolen. So that was one of the first reasons why I didn't go back. The second reason, sorry if y'all hear that little noise in the background. This truck I'm in now, I got an air leak in it. I'm parked, so it's leaking out. Anyway, so the second reason is, my goal at Super Ego was never to pay off a 5-year lease. My goal at Ego was to make money, stack money, save it, and go buy my own truck with the money I saved. Now, I was making good money with Ego, to the point I had like almost $25,000, $30,000 saved when I left with Ego. You hear me? I had money saved, you know what I'm saying, when I left Ego. That's why I wasn't so quick to get back in the truck when mine broke down, because I was like, I'm cool, I'm cooling. You know what I'm saying? I got bread saved. So, but my goal was never to pay off a 5-year lease, because of how much extra money that you're giving to the company, which leads me to my main reason why I left, which is this reason right here. In my first video, I said, some of the question came up about, do Ego like eat off Raycons? What that means is, like, do they double dip? Like, they're supposed to only be charging you, I think it was 12%. Don't quote me on that. So I think you were supposed to get 88% of the line haul, or something like that. I think it was 88%. That's what you're supposed to be getting off of the line haul. But for a company to grow that fast and to have as many trucks as they do, when I started with them, they were in Bentonville, and upstairs in a little yard, and then while I was with them, they moved to Elmhurst, Illinois, this nice huge facility that used to be an Xfinity call center. They gutted it out and had a huge yard full of trucks. I mean, at least 150 trucks that they were waiting on drivers to come in orientation, and every single day it was at least 30 guys coming in here getting trucks. So they grew fast. So ain't no way a company gonna grow that fast with just taking 12% from the driver for dispatching fees and charging trailer fees, and then of course overcharging for the truck, this, that, and the other. So my conscience got the best of me. You know I said in the first video that I didn't care, this, that, and the other, long as I'm making money. I took that back. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took that back. And that was only after I caught them stealing from me, like 2 times, I think. And what happened was I picked her from a location. Me and a driver, another owner operator was going from A to B, same location. Picking up here, we both going to the same location. And he just happened to ask me what I was getting paid from the broker, you know, what the amount was for the load. And he showed me his, and I showed him mine. And his doggone rate was probably about $2 grand more than what I was getting. I know that was one time, but I called him out on that, and it happened again. I can't remember where, but it happened again. Anyway, so my conscience got the best of it. Although I was making money, hear me, I was making money with Ego. Now I was doing some, you know what they do over there with their logs. I was doing a little bit of that, and you know, running team loads as a single driver type stuff. You know what I mean? So I was hustling, but I was getting it. You know, and so I was making pretty good money over there. But just my conscience just got the best of me, and I decided to leave. Now, ego is, in my opinion, one of the reasons why the industry is what it is. And part of that is because they do run cheap freight. They do run cheap freight. It's because they're just trying to get the first load off the load board just to keep their trucks moving. So they are one of the problems, you know, in the industry now. So the update is I left Ego. I'm no longer there. Would I recommend Ego? I can't say yeah, no. I mean, they served their purpose. I would never go to Ego with the intent of paying a 5-year lease off. I would never do that. It just don't make no sense. Unless you got a brand new truck, you know, and unless you get a brand new truck from them that doesn't break down, and what truck doesn't break down, but I mean, you know, if you get a newer truck, the possibility of it breaking down is slim to none, unless you have an issue like mine, you know, with a brand new truck and you have an electrical issue. That's usually about the only thing that's gonna go wrong with a new truck. Not the only thing, but the main thing that's gonna go wrong with a new truck is electrical issues. But unless you got a brand new truck where you go, do what you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. I ain't gonna say I wouldn't recommend it. Don't say that, Robert. Do what you want. I'm just giving you the information. I'm not giving you my recommendation or nothing. Cause somebody said he sound like a recruiter in my last video, and I just laughed because I'm the last thing as a recruiter, because I could care less. Like I said, I just wanted to give y'all the information, and you make your own doggone mind up. I don't care. It doesn't make me. I really don't care. I'm not trying to get you to come to nobody's company. Do what you want to do. So no, I'm not there. That's enough on Ego. The next company I went with after Ego, as far as lease purchase goes, was GT Express in Kankakee, Illinois. Trash. That's all I gotta say is garbage. Boo boo. Throw the whole yard, throw the whole company away. Trash. They worse than Ego to me. Cause at least at Ego I was able to, you know, to make some money. But GT, they just flat out lied. They lied to everybody. So briefly, I'm not gonna spend much time on GT Express. Trash. Now that I would not recommend to nobody to even experience or touch. Don't even touch them. Don't even look. All that advertisement that they was running on Instagram and all that, that's what got all them folk down there. But every time I went to the yard, I kid you not, somebody was cleaning their truck out. Garbage. Boo-boo. I gave them 6 months only because I got a little bonus at the end of the 6 months. That's the only, and they tried to hold that. And so anyway, I had to threaten the doggone owner with a small claims thing and all that just to get my little bonus. I stayed 6 months and 1 week. I kid you not, to get my little bonus. But GT Express is garbage. Boo-boo. They'll tell you, you know, you can come in and make pick your own truck and this, that, and the other, and 75% of the line haul and all of this stuff. So everybody gets the orientation and they start assigning trucks. And I'm like, I didn't get to pick my truck. You get to pick your truck. You get to pick your, you know, and everybody thinking that they doing lease purchase. They talking about, oh no, we ain't doing lease purchase right now because of the market, and you ain't gonna be able to make no money, this, that, and the other. So instead of paying, getting paid 75%, you getting paid 25% of the line haul, still a 1099. So basically, you're a glorified company driver. And the only good thing about that is you don't pay for no maintenance, no fuel, this, that, and the other, but you're a company driver. You know what I'm saying? When you had the mindset of going in that you was going to be an owner operator or lease purchase, however you want to look at it. Some people say lease purchase, not owner operator, whatever. I don't care. Say what you want. But yeah, so everybody went in thinking that, you know, we was going to be on, you know, lease purchase, and nah. And communication is bad. Trucks are trash. I ain't got nothing good to say about GT in my experience there. Nothing. Not one thing. I can't even think of one good thing that I can say about GT Express. Not one. So I'm gonna move off them. So don't ask me nothing about GT, because I'm gonna tell you, run for the hills from which you came, person, because they boo-boo. But hallelujah, I am currently at a company called Legends. We are located in Lamont, Illinois, and I'm gonna plug these folks like crazy. We are in Lamont, Illinois, and they right. They are doing it right. They right. And I thought it was just me, but I've run into a lot of Legend drivers on the road at you know, at the pilot, at wherever we fueling up at or getting loaded at and stuff like that. And everybody I ran into said the same thing, man. I love it over here. I said, me too, Doc. I got on with them, and with an $8,000 sign-on bonus, you don't have to chase it down. Every quarter is going to be in your account. You ain't even got to ask for it. You'll look up 1 week and have an extra $1,000 on your check, and you're like, where did this come from? But you remember you got the bonus. You ain't got to chase down your bonus. They got great equipment. Trailer rental is free, whether you do reefer, flatbed, Conestogas, and dry van. So they got the major three, because Conestoga is flatbed. So they got the major three. So even if you don't, I know a lot of people, they see a lot of flatbeds with Legends, but they do got dry van and reefer as well, mostly dry van and flatbed. But these folks, they vet their drivers, you know, so they're not just hiring anybody. You have a straight up phone interview, and they want to know how you run and this, that, and the other. If you got to shut down at a certain time, communication is good. Even though they're I don't want to call them where they are from, but even though they are a foreign company, because most of the companies in Chicago nowadays are, their English is very good. The communication is very good. The only gripe I have is the communication between the maintenance department and the dispatchers, and sometimes the maintenance department and the drivers. Other than that, they get done. You hear me? They get it done. The communication is good. The pay is good. I am right now currently month 15 on a 24-month lease, 2-year lease. I got a 2-year lease. I got a 2021 Kenilworth T680. Follow me on social media. I got on TikTok and Instagram. I'll put that stuff in the description because I can't think of it off the top of my head what the handles are. But follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Road Legends is where it's at, y'all. You want more information on Road Legends? Now you can hit me up. Now I will say I'm recruiting for them because they good people. Only because I wouldn't recruit for anybody that I wouldn't want to work for. And if you need a good company to come to, that you can get your feet wet, you got to have 2 years experience that you can, as far as the owner-operator business, get your feet wet. They are driven for your success, meaning they look out for you. Let's say if you had a not so good week, they'll call you, you know what I'm saying, midweek or whatever, before they release your settlement. I'm like, hey, you know, I see you had a lot of tolls this week, but your check is blah, blah, blah. You know, do you want to hold off on these tolls and we can split them up or whatever? That way you can have a bigger check. Like, they'll call you on that. Last year I grossed, and I'm only, you know, I know y'all hate hearing the gross, but you know, if you want to know about owner-operator business, you should know that you don't take home what you gross. You still got truck notes, fuel, everything is different, and it varies for everybody else. So I'm only telling you this because what they advertise is real over here. Last year, I grossed $220K over here at Road Legends. Of course, that's not what I took home, again, because it's truck note, fuel, maintenance, all of that stuff you pay for. But and I have a play. If you come over here, I got a play for you. My play is surefire. I had a referral start last month, and they was running him contrary to my play. I put him on my play this week, and his numbers are going up. So I got a surefire play that can put money in your pocket and you can pay your lease off over here at Road Legends. You hear me? But Road Legends, I ain't got nothing bad to say about them, man. And no driver that you'll pull up to and talk to anywhere, I haven't found one, will say anything bad about the company, because they're doing it right. They don't run cheap freight, so they're not adding to you know, the problem with the industry. They don't run cheap freight. I average every week between $3.50 a mile, you know, and up. You know, I've had $8 million loads, you know, type stuff, engines going. Anyway, I had all kind of loads, $7 a mile loads, $9 a mile loads. Good company. Road Legends, Lamont, Illinois. Look them up. Hit me up. I'm gonna pay more attention to these comments. But Super Ego, boo-boo. GT trash. Throw the whole company away. Road Legends is where it's at. Road Legends is where it's at. But all right, I'm done listening to myself talk. Hope I covered everything that y'all wanted to know. If you, of course I didn't, y'all gonna still ask questions, but hit me up. Like I said, this is just for information purposes. I don't care what you do. I really don't. But I want you to make an informed decision for yourself. Everybody's experience is not your experience. In this industry, you got to be a dog. That's my only advice. You got to be a beast. You can't let nobody run over you. You can't go off their word. If they are saying something contrary to what you're experiencing, call them out on that stuff. Call them out and make them stand on business. You know? And I always say, they need you just as bad as you need them. So if your truck ain't making no money because of XYZ, then that's money out their pocket. Plain and simple. And for the I've been in this industry since 99. So for the last 25 years, that's the attitude I had. You need me just as bad as I need you for a paycheck. You need me to make money. Otherwise, we wouldn't be employees of such. That's how companies grow and make money, because, look, it is what it is. So make a decision for yourself. If you're a new driver, sorry for you. You gotta wait 2 years to come over here where it's good at. But GT will take you. Road Legends will take. Super Ego will take you. Super Ego don't care if you got your license out of Cracker Jack box. They'll take you. Going over there. But I'm gonna stop rambling. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, y'all. I got some more content coming. I got a lot of stuff recorded. Just got me a new camera, so I'm about to be posting more and more and more. I don't do too much talking because I don't like to talk like that. It took me 3 years to make this video just because I gotta muster up the energy. Hype yourself up. Give the people what they need. Give them what they need. But y'all ask me any questions. I done helped so many guys out in the comments, or if they inbox me on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else, even on the DriveWise app that they use to recruit people. They done hit me up on there about these different companies, and I'll always respond. So yeah, so just look me up on the socials. And y'all keep it between the lines. Peace.